I am recording these videos with my phone, and yeah, this is actually daylight that you're seeing on my face. This is before you die, before I die. Yeah. So one thing I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to be to have my own TV show. I've wanted to be an actor. I've wanted to be somebody in broadcasting, not broadcasting like news or something. No, that's just terribly awful. But in entertainment, and I happen to work with my brother, who is a very very talented guy. He does music videos, and I learned quite a few tricks from him, and yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do, and. I also draw very well. I am an excellent graphic designer. I actually won quite a few awards back in my home country before it all went to shit. And yeah, that's it. So I have a very thick and heavy portfolio, but that's one of the things that has really messed up my mind, because despite having this, I have been, you know, I have been struggling. I've been struggling to get hired. I've been struggling to get noticed. And now, this is something that I have to say in particular to a lot of people who look like me. I mean, those who are gifted with melanin. Okay, now you have to understand this. A lot of people are going to, well, you already know this, by the way, but coming to a place like Dubai, you might not expect, racial discrimination. But even if you look at the job searches on a lot of sites, they're not looking for people based on language. They're looking based on nationality. And I do, to an extent, I do not blame them, because if, let's say, an Indian man from maybe some northern part of India owns a shop, and if he owns a business, he would of course prefer to hire people from his place so that he can speak his language to them. And I understand, but you're going to also see a lot of ads that go something to the likes of accountant needed. Okay, non-Indians need not apply. Now, that sounds kind of weird. There are others that will say they will give a list of nationalities, and basically they will list everything from the U.S. through Europe, North Africa, and nations in the Middle East. Okay, now, but then in the language needed for the job, they say uh, English. They don't say English and Arabic. So clearly, what they're saying is they do not want anybody black or brown applying there. Okay, so these are things you have to deal with. As someone who sometimes, when I talk on the phone, I sound pretty white, and on a lot of my CVs, I do not put my photograph or my nationality. So when they talk to me on the phone, they expect like, yeah, and then I show up, and I'm this spiky-haired, gruff-looking African, and it kind of, it messes them up, and to some extent, I enjoy it. But I want to say you have to bear that in mind. Okay, over here, most of the Africans that you would see uh, are doing security guard jobs, and when you talk to some of them are college educated, some of them have lots of degrees, but because they have no jobs in their home countries, they have to move here, and the only thing that they could find to do is a security guard job, which is rather unfortunate, because all of the people not hiring Africans are really missing out. I mean, we built the United States of America. Everything about pop culture in the US would not be pop culture without the aid and talent of Africans. Okay, so, and even some of the most talented and gifted people in the world right now, okay, are of African descent. In fact, you cannot watch a movie, and you will not be satisfied if you watch a movie completely and you did not see some black dude come in and kick ass at some point. So, this is the thing. If you're an African and you're planning on coming this way, you should bear that in mind. Uh, do not give your money to people who say they're going to look for jobs for you. They're just lying. Okay, they're lying. And also, you have to know that a lot of employers would prefer not to hire you. They would actually prefer not to. Yeah, I was working in a company, an international company, a big company, and I was there for a while, and then I got laid off. Also, you have to understand that these huge companies, they have a tradition of churning people through. I don't know if churning is the right word, but when you come in, basically they have this thing where they take people in, a lot of them, use them for a while, and then after like before they hit the 6 month mark, they fire the people, okay, and bring in another set. That's how they do it. Very, very few people you would see in this large, especially the real estate companies. Very few of them. There are very few of them in which you find people who have lasted more than a year. So that is something that you should consider if you're considering moving here. Now, why am I saying all this? Like I keep saying, this series is called Before I Die. I do not know. I am very, very uncertain about my future in this place and how things are going to go. But however, I'm just venting. It's therapeutic for me, and it helps to fight my crushing depression and the weight that I have on my chest. Immediately, I will stop talking, and my brain will take over. So you should have all of this in mind if you are considering coming over here. All right. So for the rest of you, if you're from Europe and you're thinking of coming this way, please, 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 be careful with the banks. Okay, you could end up owing so much money, and they would not be lenient with you. So be very, very careful. In fact, anybody coming here, be very careful with the banks. Do not take loans. Whatever credit card they give you, if you can, never use it. It's not like your banks in Europe. This is different. These guys would mess you up. All right. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let's see how it goes. And this has been, of course, Before I Die. Hopefully I don't, not right away.